Oh, nope, you're good.
What's going on, guys? And my name's TieFly85.
And I'm T-Rack87. And welcome to another Roundtable Wrap-Up. Let's get started. So, this week we're going to go back through and we're going to read more of you guys' comments. We had a ton of positive responses from last week. So we really super appreciate you guys. We had a lot of fun doing this, and we want to keep doing it going forward.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, everybody.
And to anybody that watched our Call of Duty streams, thank you for that. We just basically, those are there for fun. If you guys want to watch them, great. If not, you know, you're never obligated to watch anything. But it's just, you know, we thought it was fun. So this is last week's Roundtable Wrap-Up. And so you guys had a lot of great comments. So we'll just go ahead and start off with the top with Spencer. Which thank you, Spencer, for commenting. I know you've been around since like pretty much the very beginning, so we do appreciate it. Great video. I like the Sunday recap idea. Is it going to be every Sunday? Yes. I know we've already answered this, but hopefully going forward we can manage to do this every Sunday if we can fit it into our schedules. Sarah, great video. It was fun. It was fun to hear my name, and that was kind of the point of it, Sarah, is that we wanted to you know, find a way to you know, be able to talk to you guys, and we thought it would be fun, and we're, like I said, we're really glad. So TieFly, you want to read any of these comments, or?
Yeah, we have Tony Figure here. Thanks for the shout out. Great show. I watch you guys a lot.
Yeah, that's what I know. It's harder to see it on his screen because I'm screen sharing, so he doesn't get the full picture. But yes.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Tony. We really do appreciate it. We had a lot of fun doing that.
And Pat said, "Oh, what? Sorry."
Oh, I was saying we have a lot of fun doing these shows. Yeah. Like especially the live ones. Like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And Pat said, I would have to say they could recast Logan, but I agree it would be tough to go for that actor. I don't really understand why Final Fantasy VII isn't out already, but I'll be waiting until it does. Final Fantasy for life. So yeah, I know we already commented on, or we talked about Logan last week, and that's going to be a tough thing for any actor to step into. And Final Fantasy VII is just, you know, it's one of those things. It's where, you know, we're just going to have to wait till it's done. Square Enix, especially in the last like decade of Square Enix, has been notorious for being super slow to produce games, and I think it's because they're such a big company. I think they have, I personally think they have communication issues, and issues with, like, you know, all these different teams and getting everybody on the same page. But hopefully when it comes out, it will be good. And you want to read that last one?
Yeah, from Zoe Lee, great vid. It was exciting to hear you say my name. Thanks.
That was close enough. But yes.
I apologize, guys. It's hard for me to see on this end.
But yeah, anyway, thank you, Zoe. We do appreciate it. Alright, so we're going to recap this week's videos, and we had a lot of really great comments from you guys this week. And there's a couple I am super excited about, actually.
Yeah, no doubt. Me too.
So we're going to start off with our Call of Duty, the Call of Duty World War II data mine leak. Epic Games suing a 14-year-old kid. Alright, so Pat said, just when you think things can't get any worse now, gaming companies are suing people. Epic needs to just ban that boy and move on. I highly doubt the loss of money from a 14-year-old boy take a conviction, honestly, or maybe I'm wrong. So yeah, and this is something I kind of mentioned in my video, you know, like, what's the right course of action here? Obviously, from a legal standpoint and from a business standpoint, Epic Games has to do what they got to do. From me personally, you know, from a moral standpoint, I don't know if you watched the video, Tyler, but from a moral standpoint, I would find it hard to want to sue a 14-year-old kid. I don't think I personally have that in me to do. And so that's, you know, it's just one of those things that it's hard to judge, to be in someone else's shoes, I guess.
I think the whole situation is kind of really odd overall. And I think that with the information that's out there flying around that actually is the information about the story, I feel like if Epic had no choice and their hands were tied, or if this is exactly how it had to go down, I just feel like it could have been slightly different. I do feel, though, that the kid could have, I mean, maybe gotten past this if he would have just maybe deleted the video instead of left it going. So I don't know. It's hard to know. I guess we'll have to wait and find out how this all plays out.
Yeah.
But it is a very interesting story.
All right. So Sarah said, I personally wouldn't go to that extreme as to sue him unless there was concrete evidence. Sounds to me like he wasn't the mastermind behind it, but I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Great video. Thank you, Sarah. We do appreciate it. And again, yeah, no, I totally agree with you. It's a rough thing. You know, do you really want to go so far as to, you know, you could ruin a 14-year-old's life? I mean, I know he damaged your business, but that could be potentially something that affects his entire rest of his life, and that's something that, you know, do you really want to go there? I guess would be kind of, you know, the thing. But again, they run a business. I don't. So I'm not in a position to say, you know, what they should and should not try to do. Especially, you know, when the kid didn't listen to like their. I know somebody had said something about they had filed like a DCMA takedown notice, and he basically ignored it. And so it was just, yeah, you know, I mean, he kind of brought it on himself, but it's hard to say. Tony, actually, so I saw that I saw the World War II leak. It looks awesome. Hopefully, it's real. Yeah, I hope so too. Also, I don't agree with Epic suing banning him. I totally agree with. I don't agree with Epic suing banning him. I totally agree with.
I don't agree with Epic suing him. They banning him. It's basically saying I don't agree with them suing him. He should ban him. They should just ban him.
I'm one of those people that if like there isn't like you know like a comma or something in there, I rated this one sentence, and so like I couldn't separate that in my mind, so I had no idea what it was. But yeah, no, banning, absolutely. I would totally ban that kid. I would ban his IP address. I would never let him play one of my games again. But yeah, again, so you know, it seems like a lot of you guys don't think that maybe suing him is like the top thing to or the best thing to do. Anyways, so can you read the next one?
We're on Caleb.
No, Spencer.
Oh, Spencer Spark.
Yeah.
If they have evidence and proof that it was him, then I would say he deserves it. I'm sure I'm not the only one who hates cheating.
Yeah, who hates cheating in video games? It needs to stop.
Yeah, oh, I totally agree with that. Thank you so much, Spencer, for the comment. I totally agree with you. I don't understand why, as far as video games nowadays, like how cheaters are still getting away with cheating, considering there's so much code and write-in and crazy things happening. I mean, I know it's easy enough for someone to create a computer program to where, kind of similar to the 14-year-old boy, where somebody created something, he decided to use it, and now we are where we are. But I just, you know, if you're a cheater, just stop cheating. It doesn't make any sense, and it's not fun for anybody, especially when game companies start losing lots of money because of a few cheaters and everybody starts leaving.
Right, like nobody wants to play anymore because it's not fun. And I'm a huge proponent of, I don't know if you've ever seen, like, I don't think you played, like, The Witcher 3, but there was an exploit in The Witcher 3, which is a player game, but where when the game came out, everybody was just killing these cows, and then they would like rest for an hour, and the cows would respawn, and they'd kill the cows, and they'd go sell the leather for like a ton of gold. And basically, they were like exploiting it to get like a ton of gold. And so what the developers actually did is they made a patch for the game that if you went and you started killing cows, like the cow god would show up. And it was like this giant monster that would come and he would just destroy you. And if you managed to kill him, and you'd get like nothing for it, and another one would show up and he would, you know, it'd come after you and it would finish you off. And so I'm totally in favor of stuff like that. I am totally in favor of in games where there's multiplayer aspects. I think that, you know, there should be the devs should take a route where, like, if you get caught cheating, you should be put in a cheater pool, and you can only play with other cheaters, and then you can all have like tons of fun together cheating, trying to kill each other while you're all in God mode. I think like punishments like that are fair and just, you know, and I just like stuff like that, I think, personally. So, and sorry, anyways. Next comment, Caleb. I agree. Please stop the microtransactions going forward. Dark Souls is a great game. I played them all. You need to finish the third one. It has a satisfying ending. As for Epic, if they can, they will. Is how I see it. Basically, don't cheat. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, and I will someday finish Dark Souls. I promise you. Maybe I will maybe I'll just start like a brand new playthrough, and I'll post like I'll do like a let's play type thing, and then you guys can just watch me get destroyed all the time and just be miserable while I play it. Because I think that would be fun actually. So maybe I will do that. One of these days, probably after the holidays are over, when I'm not super busy anymore. So next comment from Jack.
We have Jack Allison. I didn't know about that leak. I hope it's real. World War II is the best. All I have to say about Epic is karma is a bitch.
I like that. Karma is a bitch. Absolutely. I mean, yeah.
That is very true. Thank you so much, Jack Allison, for the comment. And yes, karma is a bitch. So be careful, Epic.
All right. So let's move on to the next one here.
The next one is definitely a very interesting one, and it's who is the next Batman going to be?
Oh, okay. Is that the next one? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna go into our streams at all, or I'll probably just do the regular videos.
Yeah, and the first comment that we have up for who is the next Batman is from Faith Tomb. And it says, I'm honestly so over recasting at this point, they could give it to a piece of string cheese for all I care. Which, you know what, thank you so much, Faith Tomb, for the comment. And yeah, I mean, it's one of the, I mean, I kind of like, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here when I say this again. It's one of those roles where it doesn't matter who steps into it. It's just, you have to replace the actor. There's no way around it. It's eventually going to happen. Batman's been replaced so many times. So it's not a matter of, when, or it's not a matter of who's going to take it over. It's just a matter of when, because it's going to happen. There's no way around it.
No.
So as far as it goes, the biggest contender that I've seen so far out of the entire list that I had would probably be Jake Gyllenhaal.
I saw that as well. I don't know. I said this about Ben Affleck too when they cast him as Batman. I was like, I can't see that happening. And I feel the same way about Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm just like, I don't know if I see that like in my mind. I have a hard time picturing that. But I feel like I was wrong about Ben Affleck. I was totally on the hate train, and I feel like he's done a pretty good job. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. All right, so. You want to read most of these since it's your video?
Sure. The next one we have from Zoe Lee. I'm not sure how to feel about Batman movies or recast, but Hollywood is all about them these days. So we'll see another Batman down the road, I'm sure of it. Thank you, Zoe Lee, for the comment, and you're absolutely right. Like, they are totally all about recasting and reshoots and, remakes and all that kind of stuff. So we definitely will see either a brand new recasting of Batman or just a whole new reboot of Batman altogether.
Yeah. And I've always been a huge Batman fan. I mean, no matter who it is, really. Like, I'm sad to admit I even like the George Clooney Batman movies. As terrible as they are, and I'm aware they're terrible, but I still even love those. Like, if those come up on like Netflix or on TV or whatever, I'll totally watch Arnold Schwarzenegger try to freeze Gotham. I think those are fun, campy, terrible movies, but I've always loved Batman, no matter the form or the, whether it's Val Kilmer or George Clooney, whoever it is. I don't have a Batman movie I dislike, I think so.
It honestly never made sense to me on why those movies flopped so bad, due to the fact that Batman is a cartoon. So for them trying to go very cartoony in a Batman movie, it
right.
just, I mean, it kind of is what we all wanted, honestly.
Well, I think, okay, so it was directly after Tim Burton's Batman, right? So I mean, that had such like a gritty feel to it, and then it was like a 180, and I get they're probably trying to do something different, but it went to like such a campy place. It was like, oh my god, like that's why I think it flopped. It was too much campiness. And
I agree.
That's not what people wanted, I mean, especially after like Tim Burton Batman was so good. So I don't know, but let's see here. All right. So on to...
We have Tony...
No, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah Barnes. And Sarah Barnes says, Affleck's public statement insists he wants to make the film and will star in it, But he's also made similar firm remarks. Just 3 weeks ago on Jimmy Kimmel Live, when asked if he was still directing the film, we've all learned it's impossible to take such public denials or assertions as face value every time, since the demands of the big-budget business of cinema realistically requires playing cards close to the chest. Here's Affleck's full statement announcing his departure as director. There are certain characters who hold a special place in the hearts of millions. Performing this role demands focus, passion, and the very best performance I can give. It has become clear that I cannot do both jobs to the level they require. Together with the studio, I have decided...
Alright, so... that was awful. I'm pretty sure we're back on live on the stream here. But basically, my wireless adapter just crapped out, which is really rad. I'm trying to get TieFly back on here. I might have to, I don't know I'm not sure if this is going to happen or not. Let's see. Maybe we'll never... oh, nope, there it goes. Maybe we'll never ever do this live ever again, and it'll probably be like a pre-recorded thing from now on, because that was, of all the possibly terrible things that could ever happen to a person, this was the one. This was the thing that was the worst. So, this is fun. Oh my god, answer your Skype call.
Hey.
Answer your Skype call.
I did answer. Alright, do it again.
Okay. This is like the worst. So we'll never do this live ever again. Oh. Okay, we're back.
Oh my goodness, sorry everybody about that.
Yeah, no, my wireless adapter, that brand new one I just bought, like literally just shut out. That was the worst thing that ever has happened to me in my entire life.
Are we back?
No, we're totally streaming. I've been streaming for a second.
Okay.
Like as soon as I reconnected it started streaming again.
So sorry everybody.
I
Momentary delay.
I saw you talking, and then like all of a sudden I'm like, why isn't he talking anymore? And then it just like everything just like so we are back.
Wow, learning curve here.
Learning
everybody.
curve. Never.
It's only our second actual weekly wrap-up live stream.
Yeah,
so
never.
Please forgive us.
Never going to live stream again. All right. I could go into a whole thing about like why I'm pissed off at my apartment company that I can't have the internet in my room, but I won't. But I am mad about that. So, anyways. You were reading Sarah's thing about Ben Affleck, I think. So that was fun.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Sarah, for the comment. I mean, like I said before, it kind of cut out there. Like, when you step into a role like this, it's definitely one of those things where it's going to be hard. I mean, for any of you who watched any of our previous videos where we talk about this, I mean, there's already going to be a notch against the person who steps into that role as it is. So... I mean, we'll just have to wait and see how it all pans out, honestly.
Okay. So, on to Tony. Well, whoever it is, I hope this time they stick around longer than Ben did. Very disappointed about him leaving. I thought he did great as Batman, but I guess it is what it is. It's absolutely true, Tony. I think he did great, too. I am disappointed. I hope he doesn't leave. I hope he sticks around, does his individual Batman movie, and is at least around for, like, a Justice League 2 movie. And then they can do whatever they want. That's all I really want. I want like a bigger Justice League movie with more people, like Green Lantern and everybody, and then he can go make Good Will Hunting too. I mean, or whatever he wants to go do, I guess. But so yeah.
All right. Well, next up on our list, we do have Caleb Stone having to replace Michael Keaton after he dropped out of making a third Batman movie. Val Kilmer came in with a smoother style, and audiences enjoyed it. The movie made more than Batman Returns. It would have been interesting to see if they would have kept Val Kilmer and stayed for another movie, but no one sticks around in these types of roles anymore. Thank you so much, Caleb Stone, for the comment. And yeah, I do agree with you. Nobody seems to stick around in any role. I mean, look at all the famous roles overall. I mean, we have Superman, which I know wasn't really like a super one that like is brought back over and over again, but we have Superman, we have the Hulk, we have, I mean, there's just so many different, we have 007, James Bond. So it's just one of those movies where they're going to continue to keep recasting, like there's no way around it. But I agree with you. It would have been fun to see Val Kilmer come back as Batman, but I did like George Clooney, so I thought they were all good, honestly. But thank you for the comment. Let's go ahead and get on to the next one there.
Deadhead said, "I really want Ben to stay. He really should. Let's start a hashtag save Ben as Batman hashtag, which I really like, or something. He needs to stay." Or something. He needs to stay, or maybe they just shelved Batman like they did for 8 years before they got The Dark Knight. Who knows? I hope they don't shelve Batman. Batman's like my favorite superhero, and I'll be sad if they do. But, you know, it's one of those things where if it gets oversaturated and you get, like, Batman all the time, even I can get burnt out on it. So, I expect at some point they will shelve him for a few years. But, you know, just so when they do redo it, everybody will love it again.
Yeah, no, for sure. The next comment comes from Pat Said, and Pat said, I do really like that name. If Ben is out, then just recast with a whole new actor. Don't go back looking for someone who has already come before. I want a whole new actor if Ben is out. Great video. Thank you, Pat Said, and I kind of agree with you. Not that I wouldn't love to see an old actor come back to reprise his role, but I agree with Pat that I think that it just needs to be a whole new actor completely. Right. Like, don't go back retreading old ground. It would be interesting, and it probably would make for an interesting movie. And I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who would love to see those actors come back, but let's just go ahead and start with a whole new, fresh take.
Let's see here. And next we have the dominating Spud. I would love to see Keaton back as Batman, but loved him as Vulture. I personally would love to see James Franco, loved him as Goblin Jr., and loving everything he's in now. I could see maybe James Franco. I don't know. That would be an interesting thing. I don't know if I could. He's a little older now, so I guess yeah. I guess we could see him as Batman. I could maybe see him doing that.
I would have to see him do like maybe some test footage first, because one of the things I will say about James Franco is any movie you've ever seen him in, he's always played a serious role, like really serious. Or not really serious, sorry, really comedic. I apologize. I went the wrong direction there. He always plays the comedian, and no matter what movie he's in. So to see him take on a role like this that's not really comedic and try to be more serious, but on that comedic type tone, maybe, I'm not quite sure if he could pull that off. I'd have to see it.
Yeah. And
it would be interesting, though.
It would be interesting, yeah. And last comment is from Spencer. Do you want to read that one?
We have Spencer Spark. I apologize, I'm getting there. All right, and Spencer Spark says, well, it's okay, like you said, that the baggage is too much for anyone who wants to play Batman at this point. I think Michael Keaton was a great Batman, but I'm not sure how he would even fit into the new DCEU movies. All the other characters would be much younger. Thank you, Spencer Spark. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I don't know how they would even bring back like an older Batman, considering most of those actors are you know, quite a bit older now. I have
a solution to this. I do.
Yeah,
so just sorry. So my solution. Have you ever seen God? What's that cartoon? The Batman, the futuristic Batman. Oh my God! Why am my brain? It's not Batman. It's God, basically the cartoon, what it's about is it's about a new Batman. He's a younger kid, and Bruce Wayne is still Batman at the very beginning of the series, but he's old. He's like in his 60s, and his suit is the only thing keeping him going. Like, he's too old to really fight anyone, but he's got like a suit that helps him out. And basically this new kid comes along, and I can't even think of his name. My brain just shut off, but new kid comes along, and Batman sort of, like, Bruce Wayne sort of mentors this kid as he's the new Batman now. I think that could work. I think that would be cool.
That could be interesting. I just am really sad overall that that DCU set it up the way that they did to where Robin could never come.
Oh, did you see
I feel like
the
that's really
announcement of
weird.
Robin and Titans?
I did. The Teen Titan Robins looks freaking amazing. Like his suit is spot on. Like, oh my goodness. If none of you have seen it, go check it out.
Yeah, just go look up. They just released it. It was just like a picture of it, of basically him in the Robin suit, and it is like, yeah, it is 100% spot on for Robin. So we'll go ahead and move on. We are under a time crunch a little bit. Oh, good, our video got separated into two because of what happened.
Oh, bummer.
Uh-oh, no, I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, so. So the next one was, that's Call of Duty, the Infinity War trailer. I don't know if this one got any comments or not. This was my like short terrible video. That I was just like, yeah, it was terrible. But
did you get a few comments on it? Let's start with we got Tony Fig here. I can't wait to see this and the Black Panther movie. They look amazing. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony, for the comment. And yeah, I'm really super stoked to see the Black Panther movie. Also, too, I do have a question for you, Tarek. Do you feel that since when we did see this trailer, that that they showed Wakanda too soon? Or do you think that it was just the perfect amount of time to get us hyped for Black Panther and then for, Avengers Infinity War?
Right. So I think that the purpose behind that is to get us hyped for Black Panther and to make Black Panther a big hit and everything. But I don't want to see the whole story of like Wakanda like already fleshed out in the event or in Infinity War, and then we get a Black Panther movie and we don't have anything really more to learn about him. I'm a little bit concerned about that. I hope they don't like give everything away about Wakanda and just that whole. I want to be able to like see the Black Panther movie and learn about Black Panther like in his own movie.
Well, one thing I will say, I don't know if you know this, but Black Panther comes out before Infinity War.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why I asked that question, to see, like, do you think that they gave us too much before Black Panther? Because we saw so much of Wakanda in that trailer that we haven't seen the Black Panther movie yet, so I'm kind of curious to see, like, where are they headed with that?
Right, okay, so that makes sense, I guess. And that, I think, maybe, hopefully they don't give away too much of Wakanda. I mean, I don't think they showed like too much. I mean, they definitely showed like how it looks like and like, you know, like Black Panther's like his like sidekick person or whatever. But the fact that it comes out before Infinity War, for some reason I was under the impression it came out after. The fact that it comes out before Infinity War, that makes me less concerned. I hope, but hopefully they don't give away like a ton about it beforehand. Because I am excited to learn about the character, mainly because I don't know anything about the character, and I want to watch like his movie and learn about him through that. So,
yeah, no, it should definitely be really good. I'm excited to see it.
Spencer said, those battle scenes look epic. I can't wait to see the Guardians join the team. So epic. So thank you, Spencer, for the comment. I have one thing that I did read on the internet that I wanted to just really quickly talk about, because we kind of, I think we had maybe a wrong theory. You know when Thor is like holding on to those two things and he's like, so somebody on the internet, I think maybe it was another YouTube video, but they mentioned that they think Thor was on the planet that, or the star or whatever, where Mjolnir was originally forged, and he's forging a new weapon, and that what he's doing is an actual forge, and he's forging an axe, which he uses in the comics now, and I can't remember the name of it. It's kind of like Mjolnir, and I can't pronounce it, but basically he's forging a new weapon to fight Thanos with, and there is like basically a rumor out there that an Infinity Stone could be involved in the forging of his new weapon. So just a thought, just something I read. Thought I should pass that on.
Well, also too, as a side note on that, I mean, the only place that we haven't, the last stone, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is the Soul Stone, that we have not seen. It's got to be on Wakanda. That's the only logical explanation, due to the fact that we've seen all the rest of them. Well, as far as it goes, when we see the trailer, I mean, obviously Vision has one. The Collector has one.
No, he sold his, didn't he?
No, the Collector still has it.
I
The
thought he
collector
said he
still
sold
has
to
his.
someone in the movie. I could have
Uh,
sworn that was a thing that he told Thor that he sold the stone to someone, and it was Peter Dinklage's character, is what they thought.
I don't remember that.
Maybe I'll have to look into it more, and we'll have to look into that. But I could have sworn that was what happened, but I could be wrong. I'm just kind of going off of what I heard. So
But yeah, I feel like though the only stone left, which I believe is the Soul Stone, if I'm not mistaken, will be the last stone that we'll see, and most likely it could be in Wakanda, because I know when it comes to Black Panther, he's able to commune with like actual Black Panthers. So we'll see how that all kind of plays out. But that could be the whole reason why in Infinity War, in the trailer, we actually see that there's a massive battle happening at Wakanda, which so it totally makes sense that there could be an actual Infinity Stone there in the city.
okay. So and JD Knight, like the name JD Knight 7. Very awesome. Thank you, JD, for the comment. We appreciate it. And yes, Avengers does look super awesome. Go back here. See if I can mention, not click on the wrong thing. So the next one was just our breakdown and analysis or video, right?
Yeah, we did the breakdown analysis of the trailer for Infinity Wars. I assume all of you have seen it at this point. But the first comment comes from Zoe Lee. Great review. I'm excited. Should be good. Oops, sorry. I apologize. Caleb Stone shows up there.
It's okay. I'll read this comment. Yeah, thank you, Zoe, for the comment. Caleb says, they shoot Justice League without Henry Cavill's mustache, and after the shooting, he signed on for MI6, which required his mustache. So he grew a mustache, and that's when tragedy happened, which I love the way you phrased this, Caleb, by the way. I laughed really hard. Zack Snyder, Justice League's director, stepped down due to family tragedy. And not as far as Zack Snyder's tragedy, but I read it as the mustache removal was a tragedy.
I did too.
And so sure. That just to clarify, I'm not laughing at Zack Snyder at all. What happened to him was, very terrible. In response, Joss Whedon stepped up to helm the film and also called for a few reshoots, $25 million worth of reshoots actually. Sadly, Paramount would not allow Cavill to shave the mustache he had grown for Mission Impossible, so Warner Brothers had to remove it in CGI. Great review. And this is something I know we talked about in the video, and I mean, Warner Brothers, like I said, like they even offered to pay to digitally add a facial hair for MI6 for Henry Cavill, and just to show them that show Paramount that it was much easier to add facial hair than it is to remove it, and Paramount was just like, nope. And I mean, I know you thought it was Tom Cruise, and you think it's Tom Cruise, but it was the Scientology. Scientology said no, but yeah, it does suck, and Mustache Gate is a tragedy.
Yeah, I do have to say one thing though, really quickly.
Yeah,
another comment from Sarah Barnes that actually is a comment off of this comment that I just had to point it out because it's just so perfect. Oh my goodness! It says, "Wow, hiring artists to remove a mustache. Wonder how that conversation go. Good news, bad news, artist Fred. Cool. What's the good news? The good news is you're working on the latest Justice League film. Justice League Righteous. Yeah, the bad news is you're airbrushing nose hair. Bogus.
Pretty much.
Thank you so much, Sarah Barnes. It's a great comment.
Yeah,
I just thought it was really fun.
That was super funny.
Yeah, that would be a really weird comment, or a really strange conversation, though. You know what I mean? Like,
if they wanted to pay me enough, I'd airbrush nose hair all day long. I don't even care. I would do it. For a humble amount of money. All right, so this next comment was Spencer, right? Do you have it pulled up?
Yeah.
Okay. Or do you want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, Spencer, Thanos, I think looks awesome and way better than Steppenwolf from DC. I wholeheartedly agree with you, Spencer. I'm very excited to see this. I agree. Major characters are going to die in this film. Can't wait. Great review. Thank you very much, Spencer. We do appreciate it, as always. And Thanos, I'm coming around to the Thanos thing. I like the whole no helmet thing. The more I watch the trailer, which I've seen it like 10 times at this point, the more I have come to terms with it. I think I like it better than the original Thanos from the snippet from the end of the original Avengers. I think I like the coloring and just like the look of this Thanos better. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I totally agree. Other than, I mean, I would say that Thanos is pretty on par. Personally, I would say Thanos is pretty on par for when we first saw him. I mean, obviously, minus a little bit of the armor, but I would say they've done a pretty good job of keeping him consistent. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, next comment comes from Deadhead. Am I looking at the right one?
Yep.
Yeah, next comment comes from Deadhead. It would have been cool if Deadpool had made a little cameo. I mean, Deadpool and Thanos has had a lot of conflict with each other over power and the love of Mistress Death. I know they don't have the rights to him, but it would be nice to see that. I'm just excited to see what sort of cameo Stan Lee will have. Also, what do you think about a spy movie between Captain America, Black Widow, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Hawkeye? It would be pretty badass. Great review. Thank you so much for Deadhead, and yeah, I totally agree with you. It would be really awesome to see Deadpool in an Avengers Infinity movie, or just an Avengers movie, period, because, I mean, the Merc with the mouth, I mean, Ryan Reynolds is such an amazing actor, and I love his take on Deadpool.
Yeah.
So it would be super hilarious to see. I mean, considering you already have people who have kind of those quirky little one-liners kind of thing, like now you have Thor, who's kind of like got that little quirkiness, and then I just think it'd be really funny because then you also have Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, you got like Rocket, you got Peter Quill, you got Groot, like. So it would make a good lineup overall to add Deadpool, and I'm super stoked to see Stan Lee and what they could actually do with him, not only in Infinity War but also in Black Panther, because it's set in Africa. So I'm kind of wondering where they're going to pop him in that movie.
Yeah, it's always fun to see him pop in the movies. I always like wonder like what point in the movie are you going to see Stan Lee in? It's a running tradition. He's a great man. He's created a lot of these comic book characters for us, and created this universe for us all to read about and now to watch because of Marvel. And so it's fun to just see him pop in the movie just as kind of as a tribute to him. As far as the spy movie with Cat, Black Widow, Falcon, Winter Soldier, and Hawkeye, I think if it was tonally maybe a different type of movie, maybe a little more serious, still with the witty charm that they all have with the writing and everything. I think that could be a great movie, personally.
Yeah, I think that would be an amazing movie, even if it had nothing to do with the Avengers or those characters from Marvel. Just all those actors in a movie, a spy movie, right, would be amazing.
That would be a good thing for like a Nomad movie. And by the way, that was Captain America's alter ego, a Nomad movie, and make it like kind of like a spy movie. That would be really cool. So I think that would be really cool.
I feel like that's the portrayal they are taking though in Infinity War after Civil War. Right. Is the Nomad character for Captain America. It really does seem that way.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's where they're leading with
because there are two characters that can take up the mantle of Captain America, which would be Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, and then there's that guy who we couldn't remember his is it Falcon?
Falcon, yep, that's his name.
Yeah, Falcon. Those are the two in the comic book that actually could take over for either Captain America retiring or maybe he dies.
Yeah,
could be one or the other. So we'll see if they set it up that way. I mean, we'll have to wait and see if that's how Infinity Wars is going.
I really like it.
A lot of people are saying that whole Tony Stark opening scene could be Captain America. That's what a lot of people are saying. Which I think we did say that as well.
Yeah, I think we talked about that.
It's either Captain America or Pepper Potts. We'll see. The only other person I can think of that Tony Stark would really cry over would be Pepper Potts.
Dude. So there is some leaked footage out there, and spoiler alert. There is some leaked footage from, and I don't know if it was Comic-Con or where it was from, but it was a different Avengers trailer for Infinity War. It's totally Spider-Man, dude. It's totally Spider-Man. Like he got his ass kicked by Thanos, and he's like basically trying to say sorry to Tony Stark. He's not dead or anything, but he got like knocked out. But yeah, it's totally Spider-Man, and it's right after I think Thanos probably slams him into the ground. But there is another trailer out there if you search for it for the Avengers, and it shows a little bit more of what happens. It just shows like a different kind of picture of what happens, and I think it kind of, if you watch both, it paints a clearer picture. So anybody, you just need to go search that out. It's just like leaked footage. It's on YouTube. There is a couple fake videos, like fan made ones, where they just like edited different movies together, and you'll be able to tell pretty quickly which ones those are. But there is one specifically, and I think I just Googled it actually, and it was posted on a different website, not YouTube itself. That still has the clip up. So if you get a chance, go watch that. It'll paint a better picture for you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Actually, one of my coworkers totally pointed it out to me. I had no idea about it, and she was just like, she's like, "Have you seen this?" I was like, "No," and I like lost my mind because I hadn't seen it. So anyway, next comment. Tony, my guess is Vision and Iron Man are gonna bite the dust, but nobody is off the table this time around. But I could be wrong. I'm so excited to see this movie. I think Iron Man for sure. Probably Vision, maybe Vision. I totally agree with you though, Tony.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would definitely say if they want to make a huge impact, and with them trying to end Phase 3 and start the next phase of Marvel, it sounds to me like they have a massive, huge slate of movies coming down the pipeline. And to have people like Tony Stark or other characters die off since they've been in the franchise for over a decade, I think that it would be okay. It'd be very sad to see it happen, but I think I'm okay with some of the major stars or the major characters dying to make room for more major characters, as long as they do it right. They need to do it right.
If they do it right, I guess I could handle it and I could swallow it. But they're ruining my childhood if they kill off my favorite characters. So
Yeah.
I'm like a 6-year-old on the inside, and I don't want to ever see any of my heroes die. But I'll get over it if it happens. So
well, if we're going based off of comic books, nobody really dies, right?
Right? No, yeah, like nobody
ever.
ever really dies. I mean, they come back somehow later. Always, yeah.
Well, I mean, if we're going based off the movies too, which is kind of ironic since they're all comic book movies. If anybody's noticed so far, all of the bad guys, most of them have not died. Like, it really seems like a lot of them have just like disappeared into the void.
Right, like after the battle's over, they're hurt, and then like it's over, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to go to Pat's comment?
Yeah, we got Pat said, "Hey DC, Justice League is a flop, not a colossal flop, but a flop nonetheless. DC wants in so bad that they don't have the patience to build them like Marvel did. 3 Iron Man movies, 3 Thor movies, 6 Spider-Man movies, 2 Hulk movies, 3 Captain America movies, and a Doctor Strange movie, an Ant-Man movie, and a Black Panther movie. DC is like a child with no patience to build a concrete base. In all these years, they've given us two decent Superman movies, 1 decent Batman reboot, and 1 amazing Batman movie in The Dark Knight. That's why they have failed." Thank you so much, Pat said, for that. I would definitely say that I agree with you. As far as I mean, not completely agree with you. I mean, I really do like what the DC is trying to do. I do feel like they could probably do better overall. But you are correct, though, in saying that they don't have a vision for where they're going for the future or what the DC is even doing. So, I mean, Marvel definitely has that backstory, and they've been setting it up for, like over a decade now?
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see where the DC does want to take this. Because if I had anything to say about Justice League, it sounds to me like they're trying to maybe set up Darkseid. That's really what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I 100% agree with Pat, personally. So here's the thing, is like it started out with like Marvel releasing like Iron Man, in these movies, and they were like huge hits, and then DC said, "Oh my God, we want in on this too," but I feel like they didn't take this, like they were trying to take their own route, but like they didn't have the patience to like build this good foundation for the universe, and it's like they're just trying to like throw movies out almost, like just like all willy-nilly, and
it was too much catch up.
Yeah,
they were trying to play massive catch up,
Exactly.
massive catch up.
Yeah, and I get why they're trying to catch up, like because they want to be like they want to be on that same you know, that same level where Marvel's got, you know, like the Avengers movies all of a sudden, and they're like, hey, we have a Superman movie, and they want, like, you know, Justice League to be, you know, at that same level, and they're just not being patient about it, and so they're in an unfortunate position where I don't think that's ever going to change, though, personally. They're always going to be playing catch up because Marvel's had, you know, years and years of doing this and being ahead. So
Well, it's like a proven system now. Like they have their system now that they don't even need to diverge from what they do because
oh
people are
yeah,
freaking buying it up.
absolutely.
I mean, look at Thor Ragnarok. It's almost to like what, $1 billion?
Yeah, and I still haven't seen it somehow.
I mean, if any movie this year is going to make them a crap ton of money, it's probably going to be Star Wars, honestly. But Thor Ragnarok, wow, I can't
Right.
believe that it's made them a lot of money.
And Sarah is our last comment on here. Justice League trailer, 42 million views in 1 year. Infinity War, 48 million views in 2 days. I just recently went to see a movie called Justice. What again? LOL. Who else is ready to see Iron Suit Spider-Man in action and Thanos wreck everyone? Let's go. Shut up and take my money already. Absolutely, Sarah. I 100%. I agree with you 100%. All right, so we gotta keep moving on here. Like I said, we are in a minor time crunch, sort of. So
I do agree with her though. The second I saw that Infinity trailer, I was like, "What movie did I just go see?"
right,
I
yeah.
agree with you totally, Sarah. Like it totally blew me away for sure.
Okay. Oh,
And
so oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. So our next video coming up is the State of Destiny Bungie Response Recap.
Yes, and this one actually, the first comment, and I know I talked about in my video about like random weapon rolls and stuff like that, and Sarah actually has a completely different opinion from me, and I loved her opinion. She said random weapon rolls were and always will be stupid. RNG shouldn't determine who gets better gear. It was also why 99% of weapons got wrecked each month during D1. Grass and Malik had so many threads complaining about it that they nerfed every fast pulse rifle, making them useless, even if you already had a useless roll on it. Not to mention the countless threads complaining about how people were getting dump rolls on their gun. IS Luna, Imago Loop, Matador, etc. all had people complain about the rolls that they either hated or wanted. I rarely see anyone complain about any specific perk to a gun in D2. I think Bungie are going... Oh, maybe I should have the whole comment here. In the right direction with the mod system on basic fixed roll guns. So, Sarah, I like your opinion. I really do like your opinion. So my point of the random weapon rolls was that... It was the chase, was that I wanted something to chase after, and currently in Destiny 2 I don't have something to chase. You know, I can get any armor I want, it doesn't really matter, you know, none of the armor has perks, and so I don't have to chase after that, but then like once I get a Uriel's gift or whatever, I then don't have anything to chase for over that either, and so like my end game is like really what I'm talking about, and I'm not saying like RNG is like the best solution. And hopefully they can expand the mod system and really do some cool stuff with it and maybe hopefully fix this. But it's, for me, it's the end game. It's like, what am I doing after I finish like the main activities? I don't want to run the raid just to run the raid. I don't have that kind of time. But I want to have like a goal. I need a finish line. I hate running just for the sake of running. You know, I have to have an objective, you know. I do love your comment. I do agree that random weapon rolls definitely have problems. I just don't have a better solution. Obviously, I'm not a game developer, so hopefully we'll see with Curse of Osiris coming out on Tuesday. We're gonna see what happens, and hopefully they make some improvements. I know I talked a ton in this video about it, so I will stop. But we'll just have to wait and see.
All right, next comment up, we have Faith Tomb, and she says, or he or she, sorry, I have no skin in the game, but good news. I could tell you were excited for the expansion. Laugh out loud.
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm a huge Destiny nerd. You know, I spent a good part of 3 years playing that every night with, and I made some of the best friends I'll ever have in my life. You know, like, I mean, other than the fact that, you know, Typhlight didn't play with me, but everyone, everybody I played with, we had such a great time. Like I remember the first time we ran the Vault of Glass, it was like me and a bunch of my friends, and we were all, in our respective homes, and to be totally honest with you, we were getting shit ass drunk, and we were trying to run the raid, and just like failing so hard, but we were having such a blast. And that is my favorite Destiny 1 memory, is we tried to run the Vault of Glass, we couldn't even get in the door, and it was just like this awful experience, but we had a blast. And that's why I love Destiny, is because there are those moments when I have such a good time playing it. So yeah.
And just to clarify, I did play Destiny 1.
You played it for like 30 seconds, and then passed judgment. So,
it might have been like 30 minutes, but I'll give it 30 minutes.
That's true. He could get into it, and I can totally understand why some people have a hard time with the grind. Like it's a lot of work to get into a game like that, and then like you have to learn about like perks and like what kind of loadout works and this and that and the other, and you have to like really like get invested into it. And it's hard.
If you want my honest opinion, is the reason why I didn't like it is I could have gotten over all of the rest of that, because I was starting to get used to the perks and the adding on little things here and there to make it better. It had nothing to do with the grind. I could have grind all day long. I mean, that's why I love Final Fantasy. It's just a grind until you die. Right. But as far as it goes for that game, it had no storyline, which is the major gripe that I had with that game. The game itself, amazing game. It was no story. There was just no story, and it was super boring, and I couldn't do it. That was all. That's really all it was.
That's fair. That's a fair judgment. I mean, the story, in my opinion, only takes you so far in a game like that, just because, like once you beat the campaign, what else are you going to go do? You don't care about the story anymore. But they do need to have a universe there. And that's something I still think that while Destiny 2 is a lot better, that they still need to expand upon, and they need to have things like. So here's my envisionment for Destiny 3 of having like live events in the world, is having like like this huge battle, like they always talk about like the Battle of Twilight Gap, like it was this big deal. Well, have a battle like that and make it like a public event where there's like 12, 15, 18 people, and there's just like hordes of enemies, and then like. And it's this thing like where like you could make it like a weekly reset type thing where like if the Guardians win it for the week, if you manage to get to like a certain percentage of something, like you control so much ground or whatever, then everyone gets some sort of reward from that, like the entire Destiny community. But it's got to be something that like everybody's got to grind for it, throughout the week. Otherwise, the enemy slowly takes back over the base or something like that. And that's like the thing I want is stuff like that in the game.
That sounds like it could be that sounds really interesting. I'd play that.
Right?
That sounds it almost sounds like you're describing like 300, like an epic massive battle of like
that is
all of the Destiny characters, and then you have all of the other side, and then 12 on 12 or something, where 12 people play as you basically command the whole army between 12 people, but you have to coordinate perfectly. I want a game where they force you to work with your teammates. Right. I am so sick and tired of I love Call of Duty and all those kinds of games. Don't get me wrong when I say this. I am so sick and tired of people not helping anybody else out, or even talking when it comes to chat by saying, don't go in this room, or look out behind you over here, or something like that. That's the kind of way that I love to play. And when me and T-Rec 87 or anybody else plays like that, that's how we play. We're playing as one cohesive unit, knowing exactly where everybody is, or everybody's helping everybody. So those are the type I would love to see them interject something like that into the game. I think it'd be awesome. Yeah, if everybody was forced to play with everybody else and you had to do something specific to progress by everybody working together, it'd be perfect.
And they try to do that with the raid, but they make it so stringent that if anyone screws up, like the whole team fails. And that's kind of like the downside of the raid, whereas I think there needs to be a little more room for error. Whereas yes, you're forced to work as a team, as a unit, but if one person goes down or something like that, your team should still be able to rally and pull it off. Not well, it's a wipe, sorry, and so I think they need to change the raid mechanics a little bit and make it more of a little more forgiving maybe. And yeah, we need to I can smell breakfast, so I
I can smell the bacon.
Man, I know my wife's cooking bacon. I can literally smell it. It's making me salivate. And I don't want to gloss over anybody's comments, but we got to move on. So Tony, Tony. Tony said, this could work out for Destiny 2. Raid gear and raid weapons with raid perks on. Yes. Masterwork on weapons only with god rolls on armor. Yes. Change the clan engram so you only get normal gear, not the raid gear or trials. You don't get any of that stuff out of it. Yeah, I agree with you there. I think it was a good idea, and I liked the idea, but I don't like the idea of just being like, well, I showed up for Destiny, I didn't even play the raid, and I've got like a full set of raid gear. I think that's kind of not. Maybe you could get like certain gear, but maybe not like. Maybe there's like a couple weapons in the raid that you have to play the raid to get. More PvP and PvE choices, old mode from Destiny 1. I agree with you on that as well. I.e. bringing a 24 versus 24 PvP match, only primary. The way this would work, let's take Mars, is it on Destiny 1? Okay, 24 one side, 24 the other, 30-minute battle for clan XP if they did this for clans. That could be really fun, and that was almost kind of like what I was talking about a little bit. Like, to have like a more of like a, maybe like a faction, like a real faction wars type thing where like, like your clan is against another clan. That could be really cool. So I just don't know if maybe like their netcode isn't up to par. Like the game just physically can't handle that many people in one spot, and so maybe that would be something that we would look more towards Destiny 3 to getting. Is my guess is the current consoles just can't do what they want them to do for that kind of thing. Take the Nightfall timer off. I think the Nightfall timer sucks. I hate it. I think it's a stupid, cheesy mechanic. I'd be okay if it was on the Nightfall every once in a while, but maybe not every goddamn week. That really bugs me. I think it's a stupid mechanic that they put on there just to try to put pressure on the players in a stupid way and not make it challenging. Anyway, I don't like the Nightfall timer. So, but yes, Tony, very good comments. I really like your ideas, and hopefully, maybe someday Bungie will see this. Spencer said, "You don't fix what's not been You don't fix what's not broken. Everything that made Destiny 1 a major success and stand out from all the shooters has been ripped out or oversimplified. After the awful story in D1, it didn't matter because the gameplay, weapons, and armor were just perfect in my opinion. I will never understand why they thought these changes were going to be for the better. Hell, I don't think they even know why, and are shooting themselves in the foot now." I do agree with you, Spencer. I think they were trying to make the game more casual, but in doing so, and to get new players, but in doing so, they're losing their core audience, the people that were there for Destiny 1. And I think what Bungie is maybe not realizing is that at one point, we were, I was a new player, and I had to figure it out. And guess what? I figured it out just fine. I didn't need it spoon-fed to me with, like, stupid, simple skill trees. I looked at the skills and read the skills, and I have a brain. I can read. I can figure that out on my own. A lot of game developers today don't trust their audience to be smart, is the thing, and I think that's what's really hurting them right now. That's just my opinion, though. So you want to move on there, Tyfly?
Yeah.
Okay. So
next one up, we have Hotel Transylvania 3 Summer Vacation. Alright, and first up on the list, we do have TNT Gaming. Good job on your subscribers, and keep up the good work. Thanks, TNT Gaming. For all of you, just as a side note, TNT Gaming is actually one of my nephews who started his own YouTube channel. So if any of you want to go check him out, go check him out. He does mostly Minecraft is what he does. So if any of you are interested in Minecraft, go check him out.
Have we reached that level of YouTube where we can now plug other channels? Are we there yet? Yeah, no, actually, it's funny. I actually went and checked out his page after you told me that. And it looks like, if you're into Minecraft and stuff like that, it looks pretty interesting. I hate Minecraft personally. I can't do it. Every time I've ever played Minecraft, I build like a hovel in the ground, like a hut, and then I'm done. And I'm just like, I'm safe, I'm good. I like, and then I'm done. I just don't have the mind for that. Like, I don't have the creativity there.
All right, next up on the list, we have Deadhead. And Deadhead says, I've seen the other two. They are funny. I laughed a lot. Definitely seeing this film. Good vid. Thank you, Deadhead. And yes, the other two, if none of you have seen them, it's definitely a really good watch. And they all basically are cohesive with each other. So the first movie ties into the second one, that will tie into this third one. So definitely go see them out if you have kids. Even if you don't have kids, it's a funny movie. Go check it out. And then last but not least, want to read that one?
Yeah, I mean, I can. Pat said this should be good. We're gonna see it. We've seen the other two, and I personally, I don't have any thoughts. I don't even know what this is, like at all. I've never seen any of these movies, so you know, you're the one with the that definitely has any sort of opinion here, because I don't.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a great movie. Thank you so much, Pat. Overall, yeah, it's an Adam Sandler movie. It's like one of his cartoons. It's basically a cartoon with Adam Sandler voicing and a lot of other characters. It's got Andy Samberg. It's got Selena Gomez. It's got Steve Buscemi. It's got everybody. Like the movie's all-star cast.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really good one. You should let your boys watch it. I think they would really like it.
Yeah, well, if it's not Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs or Frozen, they don't care.
It's pretty close. I mean, overall, as far as production value.
Yeah, if it's the right art style, it has to be, like, for my kids to really care about anything, it has to be, like, bright and flashy and, like, super entertaining. When I try to get them to watch other movies, like, movies that are, like, calmer, like, they just, like, they won't have anything to do with it. They don't even care. It's got to be, like, visually engaging and auditory engaging. However you say that. Anyway, guys, so thank you all so very much for all your comments. You know, Caleb, Tony, Sarah, Deadhead, all you guys. I know I'm missing people out on that. Pat said, thank you guys.
TNT Gaming.
TNT Gaming. I know I can't get everybody. I can't remember every name. But thank you again all so much for watching. And I am super sorry about my internet crap out situation that I had earlier. Super embarrassing. Won't happen again. I will make sure I do a hardwire type thing next time, and that way this doesn't happen again. So apologies for me. That was totally my bad. Don't buy no-name things off of Amazon, I guess, is the real lesson here. Anyway, Tyfly, you got anything?
I do have something for all of you, just as a quick side note. Coming up this Tuesday, I did get my little special box, so be looking for my Loot Crate unboxing. I'm so excited. Just so you all know, I have not opened it. The tape is still on there, so...
As it opens and everything falls out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I haven't even opened it yet, so I will be opening that live on Tuesday. Everyone come check it out.
Oh, and that actually, yeah, I want to get my, I should have my Loot Gaming Crate soon, and me and Caitlin are going to do another snack crate, and so we're super excited for that. So anyways, that's it for today, guys. Thank you again very much for watching. We appreciate you guys watching.
And also tune in next Sunday. We're coming back next Sunday with another weekly wrap-up. So if any of you guys want to get your name mentioned in the video or anything like that, definitely throughout the week, leave some comments on our videos. We'd love to hear from you guys. And also, too, we'd love to read your comments, and you guys come back, check it out.
Next Sunday, though, is going to be a slightly different format, though, isn't it? Weren't we talking about maybe, since it's going to be a special episode for us?
Yeah, next week, guys, next week's going to be something super huge for us. Definitely tune in next Sunday, because we're going to have a special show. It's not going to be our weekly wrap-up. We're going to be doing something slightly different. So I'd highly recommend you all come back, tune in next Sunday for something special.
All right, guys, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.
Always remember, stay awesome.
Stay awesome.